Totally. I was like, yo, I gotta hit record right away. I've made that mistake too many times now with these.
Word up. Word up.
But
yeah, well, it's just good to talk to you, right? It's
yeah,
like,
man, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, and I'm thankful to have you here. I'm gonna just kind of do like a little loose intro. I like all of them. I don't know if you've heard of any of the intros. I'm the most unprofessional introduction of
hey,
all of
hey,
podcasts.
yeah, no, you because you introed, you were hosting the show, the last one, the Ton Helmet show, or Hashi show. You were hosting the show,
Yeah.
and you were like, I'm the most unprofessional. I'm like, no, you're good, Tom.
Yo, that's how I do.
Do your thing. Be confident, fam. Like, stand up.
That's my shtick. That's my shtick right there. Is my unprofessionalism.
I sell it low. I set your bar low so that you guys don't expect nothing of me, and I can kill it every time.
That's right.
Like it.
That's
run the
right.
play. Okay.
But okay, so yeah, we are here, open season, late night. I'm the host, the Demon, and I am so thankful to be here with Nilla, one of my all-time favorite MCs, going back to, my God, I don't even remember the year now. 2000 and I want to say 8. Was that when you dropped your first full length?
That's when I was performing my first full length before I even had it recorded. That was like any show I did from 2006 onwards was
yes.
culmination.
Okay.
So anytime you would have heard it when I actually dropped it.
I think it was later. Around those times. But I also remember seeing you first though with our good friend Hashi, and Kyle.
And Gian, our violinist.
Yes.
L03, love.
Oh my God, that was crazy. But yeah, oh man, I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for joining me. Just to get
I'm happy to be here.
Right into things. So like speaking of that, when were you first introduced into a hip hop scene here in Hamilton?
From day one that I moved there. So I came to Hamilton in September of 2000 to go to university at Mac. And I didn't know anyone. So the journey kind of started there. And then throughout my collection of the 4 years, just found people who were making hip-hop, had a scene, running radio shows. Like I met Ross Soul there.
Yeah.
Everyone I know is through the starting point of making a decision to go to McMaster. So moved from Regina, Saskatchewan to Queen City, and then come over to Hamilton. Yeah, next chapter of the journey. So that was my first exposure. Was just moving there in 2000.
That's dope. And you mentioned Ross Soul. That's out of everybody I've spoken to so far. You're the first to mention that name, and that's another one of those like.
Man.
Ross Soul, wow, like.
That's my brums, man.
Yeah.
That's my brums.
Yeah.
Like he is. I'm so grateful for him. He's amazing. He's doing amazing.
He put a lot of people on. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Through a lot of shows. He
was
doing one mic, throwing those huge shows at Pepper Jacks. Like he's a cultivator of people in space, and he's an energy, cultivator and a vibe maker. And it was just a beautiful. Everyone was synergetic like that. That's just that's how it flows.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ross Soul, shout out to Ross Soul because he's still out here. He's still writing. He's still doing his thing.
That's crazy.
He's
That's
also
awesome.
like a dad and a husband. He has 2 baby girls now. Well, they're not so baby, but he's really killing it in life. And I talk to him every day. Like we were, he's my brother, man. I'm so lucky, man. Just so blessed to, still be with him, still be making music with him, like still living life.
That's
like
dope.
That. So yeah, man. Good energy. You follow the good energy. Just stay with it.
Yeah, man. The scene back then was so, for someone like me, it was so exciting because everything was so new. Like I'm sitting here just hearing rap at home, listening to just everything that's on the radio or that that's underground, but not really hearing what's in my city besides Lee Reed. Oh man, I know Warsaw Pack. That's awesome. And
yeah, that still holds today, man. That's
but
still
like
holds
even
today.
like Tongues was one of the first ones that I got introduced through. Tongues Twisted, and then it was Raw Soul, and then Eclipse, and then
Eclipse is right there with Raw Soul because they got a special connection. Those two.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, speaking of, you said you came to Hamilton in 2000,
Mm-hmm.
and when you first got started here, were you like, what were some of the first shows that you were going to and kind of getting on?
Oh man. Well, I guess the first shows like would have been back in the day, like all the open mics at West End, just cutting my teeth, doing all the one mic shows with Russell. He would have like a bunch of different sort of showcases going on, or he'd hear about an open mic and it would be like on campus somewhere. Like I remember a few of those. Yo, and yeah, he's got him. It was really, really organic. Like I had like a Facebook notification yesterday of, all of us when we were in this manifestation called Live to Air, and there's like a
Oh
whole bunch
shit!
of other people in this group, and like guitars and bass players, and Sanjay was beatboxing, and then me and Russell were rapping, and then there was like singers, and I think there's a DJ. A whole combination was like 8 or 9 people or something like that,
That's
and
crazy.
we ended up recording some demos and stuff, and then one of our members was going to school at Laurier at the time, and there was like a battle of the bands, and all like 9 of us had never like jammed together ever before live, and we rolled up to this battle of the bands because like I guess someone had applied for us and was like, yo guys, we got a show, we're competing. We're like, whatever. So we head off down to like Waterloo,
Wow,
wherever it is, and we rolled up, all of us got hooked up, and then we ended up winning our night. So that was
what?
pretty great.
That's dope.
So we called ourselves Live to Air because it's like I called us Live to Air because I was like, yo, we've never been together, we've never rehearsed. It's literally like a big freestyle. Like we have an idea of what
Yeah,
we're gonna do, but we're just gonna run it. And then yeah, so that was great. So I mean, I'm talking like that was 2003 or four, you
that's
know.
dope. That's
So
dope.
now digging in the archives today, Demon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hamilton has had a lot of waves, kind of, I wouldn't call them lulls, but moments where it seems like the community's kind of tucked away working on
Mm,
something before we kind of explode again with a mass amount of shows. But I feel like though the scene might be, it's definitely getting harder. The changing of the times with venues closing and it being more expensive to just live. Do you
right.
think that's hurting and hindering the culture that's happening right now? Like, do you think it's harder for even like the youth to get out to do something? I mean, right now nobody can get out, obviously, but
What's getting out?
yeah, right. Like shit. I know
What
it's
is?
kind of an odd question during the current
No,
current climate, but
it shouldn't be an odd question, though. The odd thing is that it's an odd question. So,
yeah, yeah,
no, it's real, man. I think what happened was the old times and the good old days are gone.
yeah,
They're gone. Like we're not, and that's okay. And this is just a matter of mindset and perspective on how the individual wants to take it.
for sure.
Because it's not only through our art form that we're having to make these upgrades, right? Like the old
Yeah,
rules literally don't work in this new game. Like we're in a new game now.
yeah,
And the new
totally.
the new game is called shifting of the old guard and welcoming in the new guard. And I think there's a lot of promise and a lot of hope in that if you can get rid of the fear of the old way, because the old way is comfortable, right? Like
Yep.
we used to go out and rock shows. We didn't, da da da. We knew the system. A bunch of us been working on this for like 20 years,
Right.
20 plus years, mastering this craft, putting our 10,000 hours in,
Yep.
making this whole thing go, being that, ultimate independent artist that, I've been like a full-time independent artist for like the last, God, well, since like 2008, I finally like stopped working, like I stopped bartending. I was like, bang, full-time artist time,
Bam.
engage. And
Yeah.
so, even all the work that I've done has been, even working with Unity, like that was all in line with what I'm doing. Like it's all
Yep.
contracted through me as an artist and a business. So when something like that overnight, like, for lack of a better analogy, sort of falls on its face and the bottom falls out of it, and
Yeah.
it's not due to your circumstances, like that's a shock to the system.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
A hardcore shock to the system, and one that feels like a death and a loss. And
Oh, for
it's
sure.
like it's like your nervous system starts to react to this thing before your mental even catches up. Like, I'm speaking from my experience. This is my, I
Oh,
started
hey, no.
like,
I think a lot of us creatives and artists can relate to exactly what you're saying right now.
I'm in a big state of listening right now. I'm listening to, you go through transition and growth. It's like, ride the wave. Just be with it and listen.
Hell
Take it
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Take it in. The secrets are all there. Like, the truth is all there. Like,
Oh, social
Hamilton hip
media
hop ain't
is
going
just,
nowhere. Artists ain't going nowhere. We're all gonna find a new way, and a lot of us have. And it's just
yeah.
whether we can accept. It's just whether we can accept that. Like, we can't go back in time, but what we can control is what's in front of us. So how do we want it to be? Right now, it's like the wild, wild west of everything.
Oh, it's a blank
Everything.
canvas right now. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a blank canvas.
Yeah.
There you go. See, the artists are in the room.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. No,
So
and it's
how do you want to paint it? What are you
it's
putting
yeah.
on there? Because like, stop thinking that other people's hands are moving your hand.
Yeah. Exactly. No, no, I can relate a lot to that. I'm happy that we got to have a conversation. It's always a pleasure talking when we see each other at shows and in the community and stuff. And I'm always glad to hear that you're still moving forward and you have a lot planned for yourself, and I'm excited to see what the future brings for a lot of us.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. It's a beautiful conversation, and this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing, is just building and reaching out and connecting. And
Hell yeah.
I appreciate making your League of 20 and being on your list, and I appreciate and love Hamilton for just holding space for me, always supporting me and growing me.
Always.
And I always rep Hamilton forever and ever, and the art's not going anywhere. We're just getting better. So
yes, well, Hamilton always reps
big up
me.
yourself for doing this. I know you've been working on this project really hard, and it's amazing. So I hope that you're raising a glass for yourself and congratulating yourself, and for everybody, is take stocks of your wins, even if they're little, because they add up at the end of the day. So
well, thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. And is there any like final little plugs, or where people can reach you, where they can find you on social media and on the web, if that's
all that good stuff?
All that good stuff.
Yeah, man. Everyone can reach me at nillamusic.com, NILLA music.com. And all social media is at Nilla Music. Holla at your woman. Holla at your human. Let's go.
Much love, much love.
Yeah. So yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.